We've covered the catwalk and we've covered the ground Kong. Two basic forms of quadrupedal movement, moving around on all fours, getting comfortable moving on our hands, getting comfortable putting weight into our hands, but also building that appropriate strength to put weight into our hands. Utilizing the catwalk and ground Kong to do that. We saw how the catwalk could be used in a more intermediate, advanced way with that cat balance, whether that's on a thin obstacle or on a rail. We then saw how we can take that ground Kong and advance it more into Kong ups and Kong vaults and down Kongs. Basically, anytime you hear Kong, thinking moving your hands, then moving your feet. We are now going to go into a more intermediate quadrupedal movement with the Gallop, the QM Gallop. It is the fastest way to move on all fours, but it's also an efficient way to maintain momentum as well as disperse the force of a landing across a distance while maintaining momentum. With that foundational Gallop, you're basically taking that ground Kong movement and you're just turning slightly to one side. With the Gallop, it is asymmetrical. There is a left and a right-sided Gallop, whereas before with the ground Kong, it was symmetrical. If you look at this line, when I'm turning, I'm not completely turning sideways and I'm not completely facing forward. I'm gonna turn diagonally and I'm gonna be leading with one arm, one shoulder. I'm still gonna be moving forward. My hands are still going to be reaching forward in the direction I'm going, not forward in the direction I'm pointed. Since I'm still reaching forward but facing diagonal, there will automatically be one hand that contacts first. This will cause that Gallop to naturally happen. I'm not intentionally trying to do one hand and then the other, especially at first. I'm still reaching with both hands and ultimately reaching towards the same spot. It's just because I'm at a diagonal that one hand is going to naturally hit before the other, mimicking or causing that Gallop to occur. Ultimately, I'm still reaching with two hands. Two hands is going to be stronger. I'm turned to one side, I'm reaching, and I like to use this line to demonstrate because, again, I'm not reaching in front of me here. I'm reaching here. And you can see how my hands kind of offset, which is gonna create that Gallop. You can even hear the Gallop sound as one hand hits just before the other. My feet are also gonna be similar. I'm not purposefully foot, 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 or hand, 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 hand. As you go bigger, as you go faster, as you become more comfortable and experienced with this, you do tend to have a little bit more conscious hand, hand, and foot, foot. But you don't need to. Because I'm at that diagonal angle, if I keep everything somewhat together, reaching or landing in the same location, because of that angle, one will hit before the other. I'm here, hand, hand, but my feet end up kind of doing the same thing. They're basically together, but again, one hits before the other. Hand, hand, foot, foot, hand, hand, foot, foot. I'm still reaching with both, which is safer, which is stronger. With any asymmetrical movement within parkour, it's good to be able to do both sides because you never know when you might have to use one side or the other. Again, turning, reaching, one hand, one foot will hit before the other. As you go bigger, as you go faster, it becomes a little bit more apparent, that Gallop. And again, as you become more experienced with it and more in control of your movements, more comfortable within that movement, you can start to separate distinguish between each hand and each foot. At the beginning though, again, just focusing on reaching to the same spot. So when my hands are out in front of me, that's stronger than if my hands are out to the side and my weight is here. So if I turn, my weight isn't here, it's there. So I wanna make sure my hands are in front of me. This is where I'm taking in the force. If I'm here, the force is here and that's not very strong. So making sure to reach in front of me in the direction I am going. Having my feet directly behind me so that I'm pushing and being efficient with where I am moving. I don't want it to turn into a sideways movement.